Hey, YouTube fam and friends, it's Kat. I haven't done a Kaffeeklatsch. Oh gosh, maybe even a year. Having a nice lazy day today. Finally have a day. I love my jobs. I love my work, but I have a day to myself, which is so nice. Oh my gosh, I didn't even brush my hair yet. Today, this is about where does the time fly? My oldest son is 30 years today. And I have 2 boys, 2 sons, and I love them entirely. And it's hard on a mama's heart, probably a papa's heart too. It's hard on this mama's heart not to be able to be with him. You know, we've had, unfortunately, it's fortunate they grow up, they become young men, or if you have girls, for anybody watching, they become young ladies and they move on in life. But both of my kids are far away, and so I'm not able to spend it with him today. But I did talk to him this morning, and on my birthday, which is coming up here in about a week and a day, or minus a day, a week minus a day, I'll be going to go see him. And I can't fly because I have a cyst in my brain, but I'm going to drive, and I'm going to take the long drive down south and go visit him and spend a couple days down there. Both my boys are at opposite poles of the spectrum. One's about 9 hours north and the other's about 9 to 13 hours south, depending where in the Bay Area I choose to leave from when I go down to the south. But I talked to him today, and I think about where I was at when I was 30, and I'm so proud of the young man he's become. This is going to get into a little bit, maybe to help people with empty nesters. I've definitely had it the past couple years. I'm, basically like a happy person, joy-filled, hope-filled person, believes in the better good and fights the good fight for the better good. Definitely an advocate and a person of tenacity, and I won't take any crap. But I believe in goodness, and I believe in change and turning around, and my walk with God is very, very strong. And but in it, we all have emotions, and if anyone is like me, who's watching this video and really poured their life into their kids, I always wanted to be a mom. I actually had hoped at one point to adopt, and I did a little respite foster care. Who knows, maybe in the future one day things can open up and maybe I'll do more respite foster care, or maybe there will be an adoption in my future. I don't know. God only knows. But the point is I'm born to love kids. I am made to love and pour out love on people, and especially the younger generation. And I miss my boys. I never wanted to be a mom that was a helicopter mom. I always gave them lots of choices, lots of freedom, as long as they checked in. I was not a strict parent in any means. I wanted to be really kind of the opposite of how I was raised, and have them make choices and be set up for success as adults, having made lots of independent choices of kids instead of always like being told what to do, this and that, like letting them have constructive reasoning and thinking and critical thinking skills, and really making big choices for their lives when they were little. And they've both grown into wonderful, great men. But in it with empty nesters, if anyone's like me, or you just get sad, your little army, your little troop, your little squad. I was the lioness and they were my cubs. My cubs, they're not around, and I value the time that we do have. But there is a grief. There is a mourning, and sometimes, some days it will hit me stronger than others. Like, last night I went to call him at midnight and his phone went into his voicemail right away. And I was like, darn, I wanted to be the first one to wish him happy birthday. And he's not in a relationship right now. It would have been different if he was. I would have respected that. And whoever his significant was, I would have let her have that glory. But he's not. So I'm like, okay. And then this morning, though, I called and he answered. And that's when we made plans and for me to go down and in about 6 days to go visit a couple days out there with him. And it's tough, it's tough. And I don't know if anybody else in the comment section wants to share their struggles about their own little ones, flying the coop, leaving the coop, not being able to have, that weekly, daily contact with those that you cherish most. But that's what this world is about, right? It's about loving and freedom, and in that love, letting people grow and become the people they're meant to be. But it is hard. And I have a little bit of a harder element just because, I don't let the system in my brain get me too much. I don't think about it too much. But it does limit me where I can't fly. And so it does limit me where I just can't go on a plane and, be, even though they're only, 9 to 13 hours away, just get there within a half hour on a plane and see them. And it makes it challenging. And like my oldest, the one who's going to be 30, he just got his master's, and next year he is considering applying for PhD for, becoming a medical artificial intelligence doctor. And he is smart. He's genius. And, they funded him for his master's, for him to take it. He didn't have to pay a penny. And they actually paid him to be there. And he's looking for the same for PhD, but he's looking out of the country as possible options. And I can't fly. So I think about those things with empty nesters, and I want him to do it. And I would never, ever, ever hold my sons back in their dreams, no matter what, like how far they go or whatever. Like, I'm not a mom to hold her kids back. But, my heart, it aches in a way. Like, gosh, I was going through empty nesters these past few years just with them being at a house, let alone if he's in another country. So this might be the last year I really get to see him until he does go, if that does come to be. And so, yeah, empty nesters is a real thing for anybody else who struggles with it out there. And all I can suggest for anyone who kind of struggles with it like me from time to time, just think of all the joy and the gift and the freedom. And I'm so grateful. My greatest dream in life is to be a mom, is to be a wife and a mom. And, I tried the wife role, and maybe that will happen again someday in the future. It just didn't in my marriage to my son's father, and that's okay. He's a great dad. We're very amicable. But it was to be a mom. Always, always, always wanted to be a mom. So just a shout out to everybody out there going through it like me, and cherish those that you love. Okay, bye.